$50,000 or like $5,000 through a 1099, through your investments, through your high yield savings account, that money is able to be taxed, meaning that like you get a 1099 form, you do need to show that to your accountant, and then whatever money you made that from that form, you will get taxed on that. So don't be shy. It's good. Like think of it as like, well, I'm making money, I'm getting taxed. It's good I'm getting taxed because I've made money. Be happy. Like try and change that mindset of like, oh, I don't want to be taxed. More or less think of it as like, I got taxed because I made good money and I'm proud of the hard work we put in to accumulate and I get more assets, right? I allowed that hard work, that money I worked for to grow, and I allowed myself to basically earn money from that. So take that into account, right? You will get a 1099 form after you get a high yield savings account, and it's okay that you invested and you made money, right? So that is like another way I really recommend a high yield savings account in order for you to generate income through your savings account, because that money is essentially going to grow at 0.3% if you just leave it in a normal savings account, normal checking account. So it's always best to leave it in a high yield savings account for your financial kind of knowledge and for you to be able to just grow and earn more money. The 4 ways we went over in this video to invest for beginners was first through your employee-sponsored 401k plan. That 401k plan will be money you take from your paychecks, pre-tax, going into Vanguard, going into a Fidelity, whatever brokerage that your employer is using. That will be put in a high growth mutual fund or ETF or whatever it may be, growing at 8 to 9% a year, mimicking the S&P 500. The next way we have was the Roth IRA, which you open through a brokerage account like a Charles Schwab, a Robinhood, whatever it may be. You put around $6,500 a year. You don't need to put that all at once, but just throughout time if you want to get that full maximized value. And then that money is growing post-tax, so that money is already taxed because you put in, that money is coming from your paycheck. However, when you withdraw at retirement, there is no tax being associated or being kind of put on that after withdrawal. Cool thing is that if you're under a certain income limit, that $6,500 can be used as a tax write-off, and that just look into that with your accountant or your tax professional. Also, that is probably a great way just to grow your money. Look into investing via an S&P 500 ETF. BTSAX, what I use, mimics the S&P 500, grows at 8 to 9% every year, which is awesome. And then the third way was through an individual brokerage account. If you are comfortable with just buying certain equities that you really feel like are high growth, high yield, like for me it was through Alphabet, then use that, buy equity through that company. But always, like we recommend before, pay off all your debt, pay off all your liability prior to investing, because it'll allow you to sleep better at night. It will also allow you to just basically feel a lot more relaxed and comfortable whenever you are investing and not feel as worried. Last but not least was the high growth, high yield savings account. Again, it's a high yield savings account, right? I recommend putting all your money in savings into a high yield savings account because it's safe. It will grow at 4 to 5% every year. It's a safe asset, and you'll make more money investing into a high yield savings account than you will with a normal savings account that grows like 0.1, 0.2, 0.3% every year. If you get a savings account like what I use, which is Betterment, use my link below. You get extra, percentage interest rate points for investing in a high yield savings account, and then that will grow 4 to 5% every year. So if you put $100,000 in at the end of the year, you get like $5,000 in total.